Okay, Thursday, December 25th, 2003. Today, someone tried to kill me. I was sound asleep and still half drunk from the party the night before when the RPG hit our hotel at about 6:10 this morning. I initially thought the attack was on a nearby building, but when I heard the dead stone silence that follows the bombing, and then the debris softly trickling down with a silent, gentle patter, I realized our hotel had been hit. I'd only been in Baghdad for 2 weeks. The RPG hit the balcony wall outside of room 417. I was staying in room 415. It was still dark out, and I was afraid of turning on the light next to the bed for fear it would draw another attack. I fumbled for my glasses and made my way to the hallway. I cracked open the door to peer out, but the dust was so thick I could not see across the hall, and the air was heavy with the smell of gunpowder. I shut the door and went to the bathroom and crawled under the marble vanity in the dark. It was the safest place I could think of. Then I began to hear several short bursts of gunfire that sounded like it was coming either to or from our hotel. It was then I began to shake. During the first few minutes immediately following the attack, you work to process what happened. And once it sinks in, then you start to shake because you realize what could have happened. I'd come to Baghdad to help him rebuild his central bank. I was there to teach him accrual accounting. I was there to teach him how to analyze a bank's financial statement. I was there to teach him how to set up a regulatory reporting structure. I was there to help. Under the safe surround of the marble vanity, I took a few deep breaths to try and calm down, when a few more thoughts began to race through my head. The rooms across the hall from me opened onto a busy street with a couple of buildings under construction. Until 2 nights ago, I would have been in that room on that side of the building. I was advised to move because the room was exposed to a possible attack, so I did. At that point, I did not know where the RPG had landed, but I was assuming one of the rooms across the way had been hit, and I was glad I had moved. But then I realized it could have hit one of the rooms that still had people in them. I sat there for several minutes in the dark, wondering if someone had been hit, I met in the last couple of weeks that were in their room hurt, or worse. Finally, after several minutes of crouching in the dark under the vanity, I began to hear voices in the hallway. A couple of guys were calling out to see if anyone was hurt. Slowly, we began to emerge from our rooms. The hallway was filled with dust and gunpowder, and it scratched your throat when you took a breath, but it was manageable. It was more important to see if everyone was okay, and we were. No one was hurt. Today, someone tried to kill me. I've never met him, or her, or them. I've never met them and never will. This morning I came face to face with blind, anonymous, raging hatred. This morning someone woke up and decided on their own that I should die. They don't know my family, my friends, my intentions. They just wanted to see me die. What kind of anger or fear or ignorance would make someone want to randomly kill strangers? Were they proud of what they did? Did they brag to their friends? Did they think they were cool? Saturday, September 3rd, 2005. I've been in Baghdad for nearly 2 years by now, and I've grown accustomed to the unique rhythm of the place. I moved into the green zone and live in a sandbagged and forest trailer compound. I'm the new breed of trailer trash. Usually we have meals in the dining trailer in our compound, but tonight, for a change of pace, a couple of colleagues and I went to one of the small cafes that have popped up around the green zone for dinner. The food is not great, but at least it's different scenery. About halfway through our meal, Tom came in and joined us. Tom is a lawyer working on some sort of legal issues. He's probably in his late 40s or early 50s, about 5'11", with gray balding hair, and is a little on the paunchy side. He has a thick Northeast accent, comes from Massachusetts or Maine or Vermont or one of those states where it's not too hard to pass the bar exam. Last year, Tom went to the General Counsel's office at the Coalition Provisional Authority, George W.'s failed attempt to reconstruct Iraq, also known as the CPA. I had also worked at the CPA when I first arrived. We were reminiscing a bit about what life was like during the CPA days, and at a certain point the conversation turned to the Iraqi ammo dumps, which were either unguarded or inadequately guarded after the war ended. Some of these dumps were huge, measuring up to 10 square miles. For some unexplained reason, Tom and his boss from the CPA, who was former military, were driving by one of the larger ammo dumps and noticed a car full of Iraqis filling up various types of rockets and mortars. Upon seeing this, Tom and his boss pull over, get out their guns, and shoot and kill the 5 Iraqis, one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tom thought this was the coolest story. Tom was a hero doing his bit for the effort by killing bad guys. He was keeping us safe. Tom had never met them. They were total strangers. He had no idea if they had families. In a split second, Tom and his boss decided to be judge, jury, and executioner. War expedites justice. An act that would normally be called barbaric is now considered heroic, patriotic. Why were these 5 guys filling the car with ammo? To kill American soldiers? Maybe. Or maybe they were gathering arms to defend their neighborhood from roaming criminal gangs, which has become a huge problem in Baghdad. Who knows? Now we will never know. War. There is no dignity in war. War creates cowards. Cowards who blame others. We blame others for their hatred. We blame others for their violence. We blame others. The Muslims, the Christians, the Buddhists, the gays, the straights, the Arabs, the whites, the Asians, the blacks. On December 25th, 2005, someone tried to kill me. I sometimes wonder what happened to Tom and the hotel bombers. Are they still proud of their acts? Do they still brag about what they did? Are they still heroes in their own mind? Thank you.